Hello friends, Fujosovich here. Welcome to my ClusterTruck SpeedRunning tips and tricks and mini tutorial video. We're going to be talking about the type of speedrunning being shown here. I know this is not really an optimal run. I'm going to be focusing on using the hookshot and deployable portable truck. I'll be showing my successful runs and breaking down how I did it, followed up with some of my unsuccessful runs as a guide for anyone wanting to try these out for themselves. Okay, so we're going to be getting started here in level 1-6, and this is a really cool level, one of the first ones that I was able to successfully do this trick with. So I know it happened kind of quick and we'll come back to it in a second, but one of the cool things with ClusterTruck is that with the deployable truck ability, it gets thrown out as a capsule, and as it expands, if your runner's in what I call a sweet spot of that expansion, that expanding momentum gets transferred to your runner, and then I got propelled across the map. They're basically bypassing most of the level. So we're going to take a look at that 2 more times here, so you can kind of stop it if you need to and take a look. So that deployment happens very rapidly and throws me right across. So there's a lot of things that can and will go wrong for you, and definitely do not get discouraged. I will be showing at the end of the level where you can be practicing this trick, because as you can see, it's probably a little bit more complicated to be starting off with hookshotting yourself up a level as well. And so some of these clips what you're seeing is I'm missing the truck altogether. Sometimes I get it, but I don't get enough momentum. Sometimes I will get it and I'll get actually too much momentum, which is fine as well. So there's lots of different things that can go wrong, but definitely use some of these clips as a guide. If you're trying to do this yourself, there in that example, the angle was off. You can use this as a guide to see if you're on the right track or if you need to be changing some of your strategy that you're trying to do in your own speedruns. Alright, so level 110 uses exactly the same trick, and I definitely think this trick can be applied to a lot more levels. I'm only going to be showcasing these ones right now though, but it's exactly the same thing. I use the hookshot to gain some height, I then use the truck to gain some vertical momentum and bypass basically the entire level. So getting the successful run of 110 took me a lot longer than the 1-6 run did, and I know this is probably not even the optimal run of this strategy, and if you have different strategies, please feel free to let me know. So some of the ways that I made mistakes are just very fundamental. I mean, I just missed the deployment of the truck. Sometimes I would get it, and then this level has so many extra obstacles in there. There's a couple towers, there's a bridge that I think we'll see in the next clip coming up. Sometimes you get past all of those, and then you're going to get hit by those pendulums or windmills, which kind of block you. And sometimes I think there's going to be one here where I get tons of momentum, but it's just off angle, and that's just one of those fundamental things about this technique to begin with, where if you're off a little bit, all that momentum will send you the wrong way. Okay, so I also threw 610 in here, and this is just a fun level. Probably I should have made a separate video because it's a totally different technique and idea. But what I did there is I was holding forward, left, and sprint at the very beginning of the level. I just took a couple steps to get my forward and left momentum. I then jumped off of the level to the left. That had enough momentum to carry me over the wooden barricade. I then turned around in midair and used the forward air dash ability to go through the wooden bars, as we'll see here. So I turn around and then I dash, and that's how I get this fast time. I think everyone can kind of learn how to do this one too. This one's really fun as well. So the 2 major ways that I would fail at succeeding in this level is by first not getting enough momentum off of the truck to get over the wooden barrier, and secondly by not being able to thread the needle, as we're seeing here. So if you're looking to practice this trick and learn how to do it yourself, I really recommend using level 110 as your spot. Right at the beginning of the level, there's a tower here that has a flat surface that you can use to practice on. The reason why I say that's important is because if I've tried to use this ability on different levels, and I suggest you try as well, and if the surface isn't even, every little minute angle makes the truck come out at a different angle, and it makes it significantly harder to use this technique. But with a little bit of practice, I'm sure you'll be able to succeed at getting this technique down and applying it on the levels I've shown here, and hopefully on other levels to get some really fast times for yourself as well. So if you have any other speedrunning tips or tricks, feel free to leave a comment below. If you enjoyed the video, a thumbs up is always appreciated. And if you want to see more of these videos, or like pressing big red buttons, feel free to subscribe. I'll see you next time.